Hey beauties, thanks for tuning in and welcome to the one and only Clean Beauty Podcast. Did you know that in America, cosmetics are not regulated? Companies are free to add thousands of potentially harmful ingredients that personally cause me to have health problems. Hi, I'm the creator of Lash Binder and your host, Cassandra McClure. I've worked in the beauty industry worldwide for over 10 years as a wedding and celebrity makeup artist. Now, I'm on a mission to ban 1,500 ingredients by advocating for cleaner and greener cosmetics. Join me every Monday right here for a new episode on the Clean Beauty Revolution.
Hello everyone, we are back for another episode of the Clean Beauty Podcast. Today we have audio and video, so if you are interested in seeing some of the products and the lovely ladies that I'm speaking with today, make sure you head over to our Instagram, YouTube, or cleanbeautypodcast.com. So I'll let you ladies introduce yourself and then we can get started.
I'm Erin.
And I'm Annika. We are two of the four founders of Ancient Harmony Healing.
Very cool. So a little backstory on how we met. I'll let you guys tell the story.
Good story. We met through social media. We posted some of our new clean beauty that we launched in November, and through a hashtag we used, I think that Cassandra found us, and then she contacted us so that we could come be at your event to help celebrate a year in clean beauty.
Yeah, so the podcast event was in November, so you ladies came to that, which was really cool. And then I got to really start playing with the products that you had brought, and you also included in all the gift bags, which was really cool. I think it was the night oil, which is really fun, and I'm getting a lot of feedback about, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, you guys are in Marin, or you have a space there where you are producing all of this, and I love that you have glass bottles.
Yeah.
So let's first start talking about the packaging a little bit.
When we were designing the packaging, we wanted to make sure that we were as sustainable as possible. So we get plastics out whenever we can. Even our chapstick tubes are made with recycled paper. So we're also at this point looking into for any plastic that we do have to use, we're looking at what that carbon footprint is. And I've been researching different companies. There's companies out there that help you calculate what your carbon footprint is, and then you could do like a plant the tree program and things like that. So we're looking into that. We're very conscious about how our company operates in the environment.
That's great. So let's talk a little bit about what your first product was, what the inspiration was, and a little bit of your backstory.
So our first product was the Intention sprays, and I was in my last year of law school, and at that time was intending just to be an estate planning attorney for the firm that I was working for. And I was supposed to be preparing for a deposition, but I was instead just sitting on my computer, and then all these kinds of formulas and things came out of what I'm sure is just like the most stressed out brain on the planet at that moment. You know, I was I'd been working full time too and going to law school at night, and it was just probably the most intense experience I'd been through. And so these products came out of my desperation in trying to find some grounding and trying to find a little time, and the only time I had was in the car. So I told my Cindy and Shannon, the other two co-founders at that time, about that, and I said, I don't know, I think that there's something here. And they took it and really started rolling with it while I was busy finishing law school. And then once I graduated, I hopped on board, and by then Annika was available, and we just started moving from there. So that's when all the other products started coming out, the refreshers and the skincare line and everything else.
So what is an intention spray?
It is essentially a mini meditation. So I think that the way that you perceive things affects how happy you are in your life. And it's just basically an invitation for you to use essential oils and crystals and an affirmation to connect with whatever it is that you're working towards. And that's essentially what it is. It's for people that are busy or not, but it's designed to help people that maybe don't have the time to do a meditation class or to, walk in the woods.
Yeah. So walk us through how you use them.
So the routine is really, really important for me. I'm someone that can get a little scattered sometimes. And so I use them with my beauty routine, like as though I was, brushing my teeth. So I put on my makeup and then in the morning and then spray whichever spray is kind of calling to me. Mm-hmm. And then at night, when I take off my makeup, I'll use another spray. And it's just a moment for me to check in with myself too. So for the Oh Yes I Can in the morning, if I'm using Oh Yes I Can, which has a really nice citrusy smell, I'm thinking, what am I afraid of?
Oh. Okay. Just keep going.
Okay. Cut it out. So in the morning, if I'm using an Oh Yes I Can spray, I'm checking in with myself. I'm thinking, what am I afraid of? What am I working on right now? Can I just take a moment just to say, I don't have all the answers, but in this moment, I can just let that go. And at night, it's the same thing. How can I kind of ground down? So I use grounding and purifying time a lot at night. And that's how I use them.
So what are the other messages?
So we have Releasing the Shackles, and that one is about getting through letting go of behavior that you have that hurts you. So it's addictions, or maybe you just keep doing things, or maybe interacting with people that aren't the best for you. It's about checking in with that. It's about letting go of the things that hurt you. Grounding and purifying time, that one is about grounding and letting go of stuff. Oh Yes I Can is our powerhouse. It's about, getting uplifting the energy, working on your confidence, letting go of the fear, even if you don't have all the answers.
We have a professional motorcycle rider that uses that one before she races.
Yeah. She's amazing.
Wow, that's awesome.
And then Get Out of My Space is about boundaries. So if you are somebody that says yes too much, like me.
Or me. Yes, this is really cool. Okay. And how many sprays do you get out of each bottle?
Well, I can tell you that one bottle lasts me about 4 to 5 months, and I do 2 sprays a day, so I don't know, does anyone have a calculator?
That's great. Okay. So are the ingredients that are in each one really significant to what the intention is, or?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So there's a process that we go through in order even to get the crystals to the point where we're ready to put them in the bottle. So
wait, there's crystals in here?
There are actual crystals in there.
Oh, I never noticed that.
So the crystals continue to infuse throughout use.
Yeah.
So you're always getting the high vibes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So before all these sprays came to me, I was using crystals. I just keep one in my pocket because I found that it helped me relax when I was in law school. And it's really intense when you're sitting in there and you have a professor calling you to ask you about some obscure case that you can barely remember because you haven't slept. And I would just grab my stone and be like, it's a Hail Mary kind of moment. And, maybe you look stupid, maybe you don't, but whatever. So I knew from experience that using stones to help me sleep, using stones with anxiety really worked for me. But I also noticed that after a while, they kind of started making me, they would hurt my hand when I would hold on to them. And then I did research about that and found out that crystals really hold on to energy. So if you're pumping all your negative energy into them, they're going to need to be cleared. So long story short, we clear all of our crystals in the way that I find works best for us before, or what worked best for me before we even put them in the bottles, which is they get soaked in sea, salt, water, in the sun for at least 4 hours. So that clears
Do you
them.
break them up, or do they come small? Like, where do you get them?
They come small. We look for sustainable people that aren't we don't want them to come from a really sad mine and where they're destroying. So we look for people that are really conscious and caring human beings. And amazingly, a lot of rock people are. People that are really into selling crystals and stones are so conscious about that kind of stuff.
Wow.
Then each stone that's in here is for whatever the statement is. So for Oh Yes I Can, the statement of intention is, I have the power within me to manifest what's most important to me. So you've got the powerhouse stones in there. You've got the carnelian in there. You have just the quartz crystal in there, and you've got stones that kind of align with your power center. And you also have a lot of the citrus, which also corresponds with the power center. And some of these ideas come from Chinese medicine, and other of them are kind of a more new age idea. But if you experiment with them and let go of what you think they're supposed to mean, I always find that I come back to them doing what they are supposed to do. So
That's really cool.
yeah.
They're also made during certain cycles of the moon.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Which is very important also.
Yeah, sorry. So, for example, Oh Yes I Can, that is made in a cycle of the moon where it's waxing. So it's your energy is gathering, you're taking energy in. And something like Get Out of My Space would be made when the moon is waning, because it's about letting go. So, essentially, we are using every kind of vibrational aspect that we have found work for us and that we know of to bring these sprays the way they are right now.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing everything about your intention sprays. Is there anything else you want to add?
One other thing is that each intention spray also has a corresponding anointment oil, because maybe you want to wear these smells on your body. Not only do they smell good, but these also have the crystals in them. So, grounding and purifying time there, that's a favorite. And they also have the statements of intention on each bottle. So if you're out there in the day and you want the smell to remind you of where you're trying to go with your mindset, it's there.
Okay, so you read that one out loud and it's separate from...
They're the same.
spray.
They're the same as the spray. It's just a different medium.
Yeah, these are a little
it's
more
smaller.
compact.
They're smaller, yeah.
You
And
can
it's
bring
like
it out
a
like
roll-on.
all of us. Yeah.
Yeah,
you can-
it's basically a perfume, a roll-on perfume, but it's made with
The essential oils.
essential oils and
They're infused with the
crystals.
crystals.
I think I have the Oh Yes I Can one. And Get Out of My Space is fun.
Yeah, those are great. I keep those in my purse. So I'll use those before, because for me, I'm a stay-at-home mom, basically. Well, obviously I have this business and another one, but I stay at home a lot with my kids. And when I have moments of frustration, I'll just start rolling on what I need. Okay, relief.
She has 3 toddlers, so she gets has a lot of frustration.
And where are the ingredients sourced? Do you grow them? Do you source them from local farmers? Where is this?
We found a company, because at the where our company is right now, we're not buying in the amounts that you would if you were working with the direct farmer, so we had to find a third party that could broker that for us.
Yeah.
So we found someone that is aligned with our company's intentions, that they're sustainable. They provide certified data on every single thing that they ship us, so we know what the content is, in the oils. We use them for everything because they're that good. But
Yeah.
so at some point, there are some things that we grow. We have an organic garden, and Annika, her family has an organic dairy farm. So we do have room. There's certain plants that we do grow. For example, the rose geranium we grow and we distill ourselves. So we're going in the direction of being involved from seed all the way to product, because we believe so strongly in the vibration and because we want quality control.
That's really cool. Well, I'm so excited that you guys got an in for this first part of the series with Ancient Harmony Healing. So be sure to come back next time so we can talk about the refreshers, the oils, and a couple other little surprises. Thank you
Definitely.
guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, and the code for our listeners is Clean Beauty Podcast, and they can use it on your website for percentage 15?
20% off.
20%. That's more than normal. That's amazing. And if someone could try one, or you recommend them to start with one thing, what one would you recommend, like for the general?
I think generally a good starter, like if you're grounding and purifying time, that one's great in all situations, for sure.
Awesome. Well, that's where they can start. So use the code Clean Beauty Podcast on the ancientharmonyhealing.com and make sure that you connect with these ladies on Instagram at Ancient Harmony Healing.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Thanks.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Clean Beauty Podcast. I'm so thankful for your support. For information on my tour schedule, upcoming events, press announcements, joining my Clean Beauty team, or to book me to speak at your next event, head over to my website, CassandraMcClure.com.